What's the strangest coincidence that completely changed your life? In 2019, I found out my best friend's missing brother was actually my coworker. It sounds insane, I know. My best friend, Hannah, had been searching for her older brother, Chris, for nearly a decade. He ran away when he was 17 after a huge fight with their dad. No trace, just gone. She talked about him constantly, showed me old photos, said she'd know his voice anywhere if she ever heard it again. Fast forward to my job at a small tech startup in Seattle. We were a tight team of 10, and I sat next to this quiet guy named Eli. Super smart, a bit awkward, mid-30s maybe. Never talked much about his past. Just mentioned once that he'd moved around a lot. Over 2 years, we became work friends. He was the kind of person who'd stay late to help you debug code, then act embarrassed if you thanked him too much. One night, our office went out for drinks after landing a big client. Eli actually came, rare for him, and after a few beers, he loosened up. We started talking about family, and he said something that made my stomach flip. My little sister's name was Hannah. I haven't seen her since she was a kid. The bar was loud, but I swear my ears started ringing. I asked? He looked startled. I just haven't talked to her in a long time. I remember staring at him, trying to keep my voice steady. What's her last name? He hesitated. Sullivan. My beer nearly slipped from my hand. Wait, Hannah Sullivan? From Portland? He froze. His face went completely pale. How do you know that? I told him Hannah was my best friend, that she'd been looking for her brother Chris Sullivan for years. He didn't say anything for a long time, just stared at his glass like it was the only thing keeping him anchored to earth. Finally, he whispered, "That's me." I thought he was joking. I even laughed until I saw his hands shaking. He pulled out his wallet, showed me an old, worn photo of 2 kids in Halloween costumes. The same photo Hannah kept taped to her fridge. That night, after the shock wore off, he told me everything. He'd left home at 17 because his dad was abusive, changed his name to Eli after a few years bouncing around, working odd jobs, sleeping on friends' couches, said he'd tried to reach out once, but got scared when his mom picked up the phone. He couldn't handle hearing her cry. He figured it was better if they thought he was gone for good. I sat there, realizing I'd been eating lunch with this guy for 2 years, and he had no idea that his sister cried over him every Christmas. The next morning, I called Hannah. "You need to sit down," I told her. "I think I found Chris." She didn't believe me, obviously. I had to FaceTime her with Eli sitting right next to me. The second she saw him, she just started sobbing. He couldn't even speak, just whispered her name over and over like he was afraid she'd disappear again. They met in person that weekend. I drove them both halfway to Portland. The reunion was indescribable. She ran to him in the parking lot of a Denny's off I-5, hugged him so hard I thought they'd both fall over. He kept apologizing. She kept saying, "You came back. That's all that matters." After that, everything changed. Eli took a few weeks off work to visit his family. His parents had divorced years ago. His mom was still in Portland, and she got to see him again for the first time in over a decade. Hannah told me later it was the first time she'd seen her mom smile in years. A few months later, Eli moved back home permanently. Said he was tired of running. He and Hannah started a small nonprofit together to help reconnect families with missing loved ones. I even helped design their website. Every time someone asks me about coincidences, I think about that one random night at a bar, that one offhand comment, and how it rewired the course of 2 people's lives. Sometimes the universe doesn't whisper, it practically shouts.